Overmars. Atti takes a deep dive into the climate crisis and examines what world leaders can do to combat it. Can this generation truly reverse the damaging trend of climate change?
Hello, I'm Overmars Atti. Today we're unpacking the realities of climate change and exploring whether decisive global leadership can pave the way for a sustainable future. Join me as we discuss innovative solutions, challenge current policies, and consider if we have the power to turn the tide. Let's dive in. Now that we've set the stage, let's break down the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. We're at a critical moment in our history. Scientific reports indicate that even with current commitments, the world is still on track for a warming that could exceed 2 degrees Celsius by the end of this century. That's why today's conversation isn't just about hope, but also about concrete steps and realistic plans. Global research from organizations like the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change and Climate Action Tracker confirms that despite recent progress, the gap between our emissions targets and the necessary reductions remains significant. To limit warming to the 1.5 degrees Celsius target, emissions would need to peak by 2025 and then decline dramatically. Yet, many nations are still grappling with fossil fuel dependence, and recent data shows that policies are not advancing fast enough. We're running out of time. Every fraction of a degree counts. World leaders are in a race against time. Some countries have set bold targets, like the UK's pledge to cut emissions by 81% by 2035, while others face pressure to increase their climate ambition. However, political and economic challenges persist. For instance, debates over climate finance remain heated, with developing nations urging richer countries to provide greater support. There's also the issue of balancing energy security with transitioning to renewable energy sources. Experts emphasize 3 critical areas for immediate action. First, policy ambition leaders must set and enforce more aggressive emissions targets and phase out fossil fuels. Second, climate finance. There's an urgent need to mobilize funding, potentially through innovative mechanisms like carbon pricing, to support both mitigation and adaptation, especially in vulnerable regions. Lastly, global cooperation, multilateral efforts, such as COP conferences and new international alliances, can foster shared technologies and best practices, ensuring that progress in one region helps accelerate change worldwide. Innovation is key. Take renewable energy companies like Ørsted have transformed their business models from fossil fuel reliance to leading clean energy production. Yet technology alone won't solve our crisis. It must be paired with supportive policies and substantial investments in green infrastructure. For example, experts are calling for a global effort to triple renewable energy capacity and integrate smart grid systems, which would not only cut emissions, but also improve energy security. So what does this mean for us as individuals and communities? While global change requires action from leaders and corporations, every one of us can contribute. Here are some practical steps. Educate yourself and others. Stay informed about climate policies and share credible information on social media and in your community. Advocate for change. Whether it's through voting, joining local environmental groups, or even contacting your local representatives, your voice matters. Invest in a greener future. Support businesses and initiatives that prioritize sustainability, whether that's through renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, or energy efficiency measures. Remember, even small changes, when multiplied by millions of people, can create a powerful wave of progress. Looking forward, our generation stands at a crossroads. The next few years are critical for building the policies, technologies, and international cooperation needed to truly curb climate change. Global initiatives like new climate finance mechanisms and the push for aggressive fossil fuel phase-outs must be matched by our commitment at home. We need not only to limit damage, but also to invest in adaptation and resilience for communities most at risk. In conclusion, while the challenges are immense, the tools and ideas to overcome them are at our fingertips. World leaders must act now, and so must we. Let's use this moment as a call to action, a reminder that every step we take toward a sustainable future matters. Thank you for joining me in this deep dive. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What steps are you taking in your community? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more discussions on shaping